With the changes you've had both in the offensive line and defensive line here, is it fair to say that it starts up front this Sunday even more than usual?
I think it always starts up there. So, I mean, I don't know if it's any more than usual. I know that, we're looking to play better on both sides, having a week to get ready for the game, and that'll be helpful for us, when you start throwing guys in and they hadn't really got a ton of reps with that first group, especially at center. That's a tough spot to put a guy in. So it'll be good to get a full week's worth, with him and the quarterback and the rest of those guys.
On the offensive line, the other four guys are staying where you have them, the two tackles and the two guards?
We'll see.
Are you considering, I know Ted has worked at center before.
I mean, they're working all over the place. So we got to have contingency plans for a lot of different things. I mean, when you only go up when you have 7 and you got to move somebody around, one guy goes down, you might have some moving pieces. So we'll see how it kind of shakes out for us.
Adam, anything you can tell us further on Bobby McCain?
He didn't practice today.
Is he sidelined for weeks or days?
I don't know. We'll see.
Adam, do you look at the Wesley Johnson signing purely as depth, or because he's a starting caliber player, do you want to, at some point when he learns the system, to give him a chance to compete with Travis?
I don't know. I think that's a ways down the road. So right now it's just trying to get him caught up as fast as possible.
How is Travis's grasp of him? You think he's been here 3 weeks?
Good, really good. I mean, that's usually centers are really good about picking it up, because they take whatever system they were in before and they know how to translate it over and really know what's important for them. I mean, it's just really a lot of times for them it's terminology change, but him being with Jeremiah in the past, some of that has carried over to where he picked everything up really fast.
At center, what was your assessment of Kilgore before? How had he played before?
He was playing. I thought he was playing well. He was steady for us, and he was kind of like the anchor of that group, and the leadership's hard to put a price on.
What do you like about Travis?
Well, I think when we got him in there, that's a tough matchup for any center in the league when you're going against the size Danny Shelton and the way that he can move guys around. I thought he held his own pretty good. Like I said, I wish we would have had a whole week to where he could have really got reps with those other guys, so he could work with the guards and those guys could really play off each other. So I thought he did good in the game, and we had a good day at work today. So we'll just keep trying to find a way to get better.
What happened to Parker? What happened to Parker at the end of last week?
It's weird. We thought he was fine, and then he just ran a route and didn't really say anything, and then just couldn't go.
When you've made the last 3 years some pretty eye-opening roster moves in the middle of the season, whether it's your intention or not, it can serve as kind of a message to the team. Do you think any message has been received this week?
No, I don't think that had anything to do with any kind. There's no message behind this. It's just time for us to move on.
And when you've had situations here, whether it's a personnel move, weather-related, a tough loss, how do you know when your team is refocused and where you want them to be? Are things in practice and meetings, discussion, demeanor? How do you know?
I think practice you can tell, energy level. Like today I felt like there was a really good energy level. Guys understood what happened, watching the film on Monday, getting another day away from it, coming back, resetting. We're not going to sit here and keep, pounding on what happened on Sunday. We fixed what we needed to fix. We addressed the things that we needed to address. We moved on to the next opponent. And I think guys have done a good job of getting themselves ready, and then when they came out to practice, said they were ready to go.
How would you assess Raekwon's progress so far?
He's a young player that's trying, he's getting better every day, and he's trying to get better every day. And the more things he sees, the better it is for us.
So Devontae Parker, how did you evaluate Ryan's play?
Well, I think we took, basically, we didn't have a great game. There's some things I wish I would have done different. He felt the same way. We didn't play good as an offense. I don't know if Frank played good. Besides that, I think a lot of guys struggled. We didn't do anything we talked about.
Devontae Parker ran around in the Friday practice, right? Or was it?
Well, I mean, it's like one of those things. On Friday, it was like we couldn't get him going. You know, we were trying to get him going, and we thought we were going to be all right. It just didn't work out.
So is that more new for him or something that was?
It was out of nowhere.
Will Ryan have to take more vocal responsibility on the offensive line as far as protections since you have a new center?
No, we'll be able to do what we normally do.
What message, if any, have you given or would you give to Kenyon Drake?
Other than just keep practicing hard. I mean, we got to get more than 47 plays in a game.
You all obviously, as long as Bobby is out, you have young corners you'll be relying on there. Was it thinking that we're good enough there with Torrey and Cordray and Cornell, we don't need to find a veteran to fill in the interim?
Yeah, I mean, going to get a guy on the street that hasn't done anything doesn't really help you. You know, those guys know our system. They know what we want to do. They know how we want to play. So, I mean, that's why they're here. I mean, we expect, if you're on the roster, you're expected to be ready to go and contribute, and we shouldn't have too much of a drop-off.
Have you seen any signs that Tankersley is in the right state of mind to?
Yeah, I think he's working. He's working. He's trying to get better, and I think he's trying to challenge. If he's on the scout team or if he's getting the reps with the first-team defense, he's trying to challenge guys, get hands on them, stay tight in coverage. I mean, that's what he just needs to keep doing. And then I think he's really trying to make a major push to contribute on special teams. I know he's taking that very seriously, and he's trying to basically break through the door and, you know, just keep trying to get those guys' attention.
Do you have a sense for what happened to him?
Oh, I mean, it's just that's just the NFL. You know, I mean, sometimes it's, you know, guys come in and they go past you, and then it's a battle. It could be one phase or the other. And I think we feel good about him at corner, and we need him to improve on his special teams. And now it might come up to where he actually, you know, he has to play. And if he plays that corner, I'm good, you know. And I think his special teams has improved, so we could use him there.
What more do you see out of Charles Harris? He had less snaps for this week.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of those things where when you play New England, you have to be careful about your substitutions. And I thought Chris did a good job of making sure that we didn't get caught with 12 guys on the field, because if they don't sub and you try to sub, now you're asking for trouble. You're going to get 12, 13 guys on the field, and you're going to have a problem. So, you know, I think he got caught kind of in that little game that gets played, to where that was not a planned deal, to where we said that, you know, this guy's going to get this many snaps. I mean, it just kind of worked out that way in the game.
You had Torrey McTyer and Maurice Smith in the secondary last week at times. What did you like from both of them? What did you see from both of them?
Well, I mean, anytime you get thrown in there and you're going against that quarterback, that's tough for young players, because he's gonna try to pick on you a little bit and take advantage of that. I thought those guys, you know, they've played enough football now for us to where, you know, they know what to do. And it's just really, at the end of the day, just pulling the trigger, trusting their training, trusting what they do at practice. We see a lot of good things at practice, and when we get in the game, we just can't, you know, no drop-off. They got to just trust what they're doing.
I have a pretty general question here, but how much has the turnover on the offensive line really hindered what you're able to do running the ball?
It hasn't. I mean, we kind of ran into the way Oakland was playing us was different, and then last week we just got crushed. So, I mean, we need to be more physical at the point of attack. We have to execute our assignments better, and a lot of things will get cleaned up.
All right, thanks, guys.